Hey, Lisa Wells here from Food, Fear and Freedom. How are you feeling? Just checking that this is all going well. Yep, excellent. Okay, looking good. All right, so helping you to create more consistent, healthy days and building that unwavering body confidence from the inside out. So today I wanted to come in and talk to you about that day that I ate 7 Mars bars and what did I do to get back on track. That's just my cat wanting to get out that banging noise. Okay, so we moved to Adelaide from we were living in Melbourne for a couple of years, and just let me let the cat out. Apologies. Oh, that's gone. Okay, so yeah, we had moved to South Australia. We moved to Adelaide from Victoria, from Melbourne, and I was working in this company, same company I had the job in Melbourne with. So it was a company that did supermarket food demonstrations. So I was, when I worked in the office, I worked out in the field a lot. I went around to supermarkets checking on our staff. But when I would work in the office in Adelaide, there's always so much chocolate and biscuits and so much of the food that we were sort of using in the demonstrations out in the supermarkets. And I mean, the stuff was literally everywhere. And this one day I was in the office and I was sitting at the front reception desk working there, and there was this big clear sitting there doing my work, and of course these Mars bars are constantly calling my name. Lisa, Lisa, we're here. You love Mars bars. Anyway, I had just started learning this new technique for myself. I had just started implementing this new technique, which was, it had to do with my health goals and how do I achieve my health goals that I just wasn't achieving them. So I had set this new health goal of having my water every day. My 2 liters of water was my health goal, and I was doing it every day, and I was doing really well. Anyway, long story short, I could not avoid the temptation any longer, and I just had Mars bar after Mars bar after Mars bar, and I was trying to find ways to hide all the wrappers so no one else in the office could see all those empty wrappers in the bin and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, there was 7 and I ate them all. And then I went home feeling pretty bad about myself, disappointed, angry, ashamed, all those feelings that one feels when they've done something that they didn't want to do. And so I was in this process of retraining my brain to focus on what I was doing well. So I knew at the end of the day I'd drunk my 2 liters of water, which was my health goal. So every time I had a thought about the Mars bars, about what a failure I was, about how I stuffed up again, with food and eating, I had to just pivot my thoughts to, well, you know what? I said I was going to drink my water today, and I did. And this is how you train your brain to focus on what you're doing well, because our brain is actually got a negativity bias naturally. And it is automatically going to go to those things to highlight, to put a spotlight on the things that we did wrong or didn't do well, in the hope of keeping us away from doing it again. But it doesn't work that way. We need to train our brain to start focusing on what we are doing well. So to get back on track from that scoffathon, thanks to one of my clients for coining that phrase, I use the term snackcident. That night I just had to go focus on, I drank my water. I did really well with my water. So every time I had a negative thought, I had to shift it to the positive thought of what I had done well. And then the next day, you take responsibility, you own it, you pull up your bootstraps and you face the next day, with a plan in place to what can I do. I could have moved the damn vase, really. I could have, but I guess in my way of thinking, it didn't occur to me that I could have moved the vase into the staff room or to someone else's office or out into the warehouse or anywhere. So learn from it and move forward, but focus on what you did well. Because the less you shine the spotlight on the Mars bars and the things that you're doing wrong every day, those things will in time shrivel up when you're not shining the spotlight on whatever you're thinking about or shining your spotlight on or focusing on is what you move toward. So that's how I was able to slowly change my direction, going from stuffing my face to being someone who can now sit at a desk with 7 Mars bars and not have it worry them, you know. Okay, so that's basically how I got back on track, and that's what I did to get back on track after that incident. So let me know if this has ever happened to you. You know, what do you do to get back on track after you've had a bit of a slip up with what you've been eating? I would love to know. All right, thank you so much for watching. Give me a heart on this, give me a comment. I'd love to know what you think. Was this helpful? And I will talk to you soon.